Imagine this, down 28-12 with minutes ticking away, sin-binned and facing elimination. Then Reece Walsh erupts back onto the field, nails a game-changing 40/20ths, scores a try, and sets up the winner. That's the magic that's firing up the Broncos. In the heart-pounding qualifying final against Canberra, Reece Walsh didn't just play, he owned the narrative of Brisbane's survival. Trailing by 16 points late in the game, the Broncos were on the ropes, their season hanging by a thread. Walsh, fresh from a sin-bin stint for a high tackle, returned with fire in his eyes. His first touch? A pinpoint 40/20ths kick that pinned the Raiders deep in their own end, flipping the momentum like a switch. From there, it was vintage Walsh, a blistering run to score under the posts, narrowing the gap to 8. But he wasn't done. Spotting space, he delivered a perfectly weighted pass to Josiah Karapani for the try that kept Brisbane alive. As the clock wound down, Walsh's boot sealed it, a golden point field goal attempt that had the entire Suncorp Stadium on its feet. This wasn't luck, it was leadership under pressure. Coach Michael Maguire later called it the spark we needed, praising how Walsh's composure infected the team. Coming into the playoffs as underdogs, the Broncos had battled inconsistency all season, but moments like this reminded everyone why they believed. Walsh's stats that night, 2 try involvements, 180 running meters, were impressive, but it was the intangibles, the way he demanded the ball in the clutch, the defiant grin after every big play. It's this ownership that has transformed Brisbane from fringe contenders to prelim finalists. As they eye Penrith, Walsh's heroics echo louder, whispering that belief isn't given, it's seized in the chaos of big moments. And with Nathan Cleary looming, Walsh's retort rings true. How does he deal with us? The Broncos are ready, fueled by a fullback who's rewriting their story, one thunderous run at a time. Picture the Broncos 9th on the ladder, staring at a 28-14 deficit against the Dolphins. Then Walsh unleashes a 40/20ths bomb, breaks lines twice, and racks up 249 meters. Boom! Instant comeback kings. Round 24 at Suncorp Stadium was supposed to be a wake-up call for the Broncos, not a resurrection. Slumping in 9th, their finals hopes flickering dimly, Brisbane faced a Dolphins side hungry for a statement win. At half-time, it looked grim, 28-14 down, errors piling up, and the crowd's murmurs turning to doubts. Enter Reece Walsh, the electric fullback who's made a career out of defying odds. With the game slipping away, he stepped up for one of his signature 40/20ths, a towering kick that trapped the Dolphins and gifted Brisbane prime field position. From that restart, Walsh exploded. 2 line breaks that carved open the defence, directly leading to tries that clawed back the lead. His 19 runs amassed 249 metres, but it was the ferocity, the way he shrugged off tackles like they were nothing, that ignited the team. Teammate Adam Reynolds fed off it, slotting key conversions, while Ben Hunt's grunt work in the middle laid the platform. By full time, it was a 14-point turnaround, a victory that catapulted the Broncos back into the top 8 conversation. Maguire beamed post-match. Reece owns those moments. He makes us believe we can win from anywhere. This wasn't isolated brilliance. It was pattern forming. Walsh's ability to scan the field, anticipate gaps, and execute under fatigue has become the Broncos' secret weapon. Off the field, his growth shines too, mentoring younger players, owning his mistakes from earlier sin bins. As the prelim approaches, this Dolphins masterclass reminds everyone, when Walsh touches the ball in the red zone, miracles happen. Penrith's Cleary might be the king of cool, but Walsh is the storm, unpredictable, unstoppable. The belief? It's not fragile anymore, it's forged in these firefights, propelling Brisbane toward grand final glory, flashing back to round 16. Broncos buried 28-12 by Cronulla, season teetering, until Walsh's bullet pass sparks a try, his break sets the decider. Epic. That's the belief builder we can't ignore. The round 16 showdown with Cronulla was a microcosm of the Broncos' rollercoaster year, a brutal reminder of vulnerability turned triumph through sheer Walsh wizardry. At Shark Park, Brisbane started strong but unravelled spectacularly, hemorrhaging points in a 16-point hole that screamed finals farewell. The Sharks smelled blood, their forwards dominating, Nico Hines dictating play. But as the second half dawned, Reece Walsh flipped the script with the precision of a surgeon. First, a laser-guided bullet pass sliced through the line, finding Selwyn Cobbo for a try that reignited the crowd's roar. Then, in the dying embers, Walsh broke from deep, a shimmy, a sidestep, and suddenly he's 40 metres out, offloading to Kotoni Staggs for the match winner. It was 34-28, but felt like a statement. The Broncos don't quit when their fullback leads the charge. Running 220 metres that night, Walsh's involvement in both pivotal scores wasn't accidental. It is DNA, reading defences like a book, thriving on the edge. Coach Maguire pulled no punches. He's our X factor, the one who turns belief into reality. This win, sandwiched between losses, was the pivot point, proving resilience amid a mid-season slump. Walsh's evolution is key, from the raw talent prone to errors, to the clutch performer who rallies veterans like Reynolds and Hunt. His post-game humility, team effort, but we needed that fire, hides the truth. Here's the conductor. Heading into the Penrith Prelim, Cronulla's ghosts are banished. Instead, it's fuel. Cleary's praised Walsh's electric threat, but Brisbane's fullback isn't phased, he's focused. These big-moment ownerships aren't flukes, they're the foundation of a team's unshakable faith, pushing the Broncos closer to immortality. Prelim fever hits. Walsh versus Cleary, Broncos belief blazing after 3 epic comebacks. Will he own this biggest moment yet? Strap in, it's set to explode. As the preliminary final looms against Penrith, Reece Walsh's stranglehold on big moments has the Broncos buzzing with unprecedented belief, a cocktail of grit, genius, and sheer audacity. From the Canberra sin bin saga to the Dolphins' demolition and Cronulla conquest, Walsh has engineered 3 comebacks from the brink, each more audacious than the last. Stats don't lie. Over 650 running metres in those games, multiple try assists, and those game-altering 40-20s that bend contests to his will. But beyond numbers, it's the mentality shift. Maguire's mantra, Reece makes us dangerous, pulses through the squad, with Reynolds calling him the heartbeat. Hunt's experience meshes perfectly, creating a spine that's prelim ready. Walsh's cheeky Cleary clapback underscores it, confidence bordering on cockiness, the kind winners wear. Penrith's dynasty looms large, 3 straight titles, but Brisbane's underdog fire, stoked by Walsh, levels the field. His X factor, as Cleary admits, could unravel the Panthers' machine. Imagine it, a late deficit, Suncorp electric, Walsh scooping a loose ball, dancing through defenders for the dagger. That's the vision-firing training sessions. Off-field, Walsh's maturity shines, community work, era ownership, making him a leader beyond years. The Broncos' path? It's Walsh paved, from 9th to now, belief reborn. As kickoff nears, one truth holds. In rugby league's Coliseum, moments define legacies. Walsh isn't just playing, he's authoring his. Penrith, beware, the kid from Queensland's Sunshine Coast is storming the throne, and the Broncos ride with him. This prelim isn't a hurdle, it's Walsh's canvas. Belief,